And welcome to the Ruben Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original movie Polar. This is how I structure my reviews in case you don't know. I give a short synopsis, then I talk about what I liked, and then I talk about what I didn't like, and then I add in a fun tidbit or fact at the end before giving my rating. Review time.
This is a bad idea.
Mads Mikkelsen, the actor that most people wanted to act as Geralt of Rivia in the upcoming Netflix series The Witcher, stars as a world-top assassin, Duncan Vesla, codenamed the Black Kaiser. Polar is a noir action thriller based off the acclaimed dark horse action noir graphic novel Polar Came from the Cold by Victor Santos. It's a story that exposes sex, money, violence, and the betrayal that lies within the dark underworld of political assassinations. It's very dark.
Try not to be scared.
Duncan thought he was out of the world until he was called out of retirement by his former employee. His former employee then marks him as a liability to the firm, and Duncan Visler soon finds himself back in the game, being hunted by an army of young, faster, ruthless killers who will stop at nothing to have him silenced. What I like. This movie is a strange one. It immediately reminded me of another similar assassin film called Smoking Aces. It has that kind of style and feel. The opening scene sees a young lady performing a sexual act on a drugged up actor who shall remain nameless. At the same time, he's being targeted for an assassination. So this totally sets up the film that you're about to watch. It's a movie that's an 18 for a reason. It pulls no punches, it's loud, extremely violent, pornographic in places, and it doesn't pretend to be anything but that. So don't be fooled. If you want a slick assassin film in the vein of John Wick,
I'm thinking on back.
This is mostly not that. It's more in the vein of John Wick and Crank and Smoking Aces all kind of smushed together. The next scene from the opening scene has a musical sing-along section with a bunch of assassins in a helicopter, where you kind of get to sing along to the song if you want. So you get the idea. It's mental in places, and then juxtapositions to Duncan's character.
I was in the funeral business.
The color palette for Duncan's character are dark blues and greys. It's almost an entirely different film whenever it's on Duncan. When it jumps back to the other characters, it's complete chaos. These two worlds, Duncan's world and the other assassins, collide occasionally, and Duncan's world collides with theirs and theirs collides with his, and this is when the action most happens and it gets really visceral. Mads Mikkelsen is an excellent actor. He always brings so much weight to the characters he portrays, and his character Duncan is the same way. You really believe him as an assassin with skills not to be trifled with. His moves all look like they are calculated. At the same time, Mars adds layers to his characters without having to say much. The Duncan character seems tortured, and you see that in his character. You believe that he has had one hell of a past. And I think a lot of what works for this film, including the actors, including the acting, is down to the Swedish director Jonas Ackerland. He has a unique and stylized way of putting a film together. Jonas cut his teeth on music video shorts. He worked with like massive names like U2, Lady Gaga, Metallica, Madonna. The list is endless. So he really knows how to cut a scene, how to make it work, how to put a story together quickly. And I think that skill has transferred onto screen here. He knows what he wants his actors to do and how to do it and how to get them to do it, how to light it, how the music works best. Everything feels like it's been purposely placed. It's a very stylistic looking film, even if it is an assault on your eyeball. What I did not like. I mentioned earlier about feeling like at times that this felt like two movies. When it's on Duncan, it feels like a slick noir thriller assassin film. When it's not, it feels like the director of Crank has smoked crack and it's chaos. It's boobs, blood and drugs. And it doesn't work all of the time. It's not like this was a mistake either. It's purposely created this way. And I believe the graphic novel is similar as well. Some of the scenes just feel like you are watching two entirely different movies. I don't hate it, and I think it's great that filmmakers are still pushing creativity as much as they can. I just don't think it paid off in every scene. I think some of the editing worked well by showing you the two juxtaposition. I do feel like the film's ending comes to fruition and it's done well, and you feel like, I'm satisfied with that ending. Did you know? Did you know that Mads Mikkelsen is one of the lead voices in the upcoming game Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima? Peter Jackson is also said to be voicing a character in this game. It's a very secretive project, so not a lot is known about the game. Polar might not be an assassin film that you watch over and over again, but it's definitely one that you can put on with a couple of mates, grab a couple of beers and a pizza, or a keto salad, and enjoy a good action flick. Like I said at the beginning, it doesn't lie about what it wants to be or what it's going to be. It knows what it's going to be and it sets out to do that. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. There are some scenes where I had to look away. It might offend you in places. It's very graphic. There's a lot of nudity and sex. It's very gory, and when you're assaulted with this consistently, and it does drag on for some scenes, you might get offended by that. That being said, like I said, it doesn't hold any bars. It tells you what it's going to be right at the beginning of the movie, and if you don't want that type of movie, then you should probably not watch this film. I think it is a good action assassin film that does do what it sets out to do. On a technical level, I'd give it a B+. It's good creatively, and on how much I like the film, I'd give it a C, maybe a C+. Let me know what you thought about the film in the comments below. That is your place to talk about whether you agreed with my comments, or whether you thought the film had more to offer, or whether you hated it. That is your place to go out and just talk about it to your heart's content. I look forward to chatting with you there, and thank you so much for your continued support. I really do enjoy chatting with you guys in the comments, and remember that I have loads more reviews coming out. There's one called Kingdom, another Netflix original series. Thank you for supporting my channel, but most of all, remember, until next time, live long and Tuesday.